Hello and welcome to December 2022's edition of What the Heck is Going On in the Denver Housing Market. My name is Torrey Drake. I'm a local Denver realtor, and my monthly market updates are all about just simplifying what is going on in the Denver housing market, taking all the complicated numbers and ideas and headlines and simplifying it into actionable information and data-backed information, but simplifying it so you understand how to move forward as a potential buyer or seller in this housing market. So if you want a simplified version of what the heck is going on in the Denver housing market, this monthly update series is for you. And of course, I have a whole bunch of series on my YouTube channel of community tours, new construction home tours, new community tours, all that good stuff that you can check out. Let's go ahead and jump into the market update. I have three sections. Number one, the numbers and what those numbers mean. Number two, 3 things to know for buyers. And number three, 3 things to know for sellers. I'm gonna do something new on today's update. I'm gonna screen share my computer and review the numbers review the numbers for you on there. Let's jump in. Let's rock and roll. Alrighty, so this is what's changed in the Denver housing market December 2022. Number one, here to my left, or that way to my right, is the active inventory came down 14%. So that means there's less homes on the market for sale. For buyers, that means there's less options to choose from. For homeowners and sellers, that means there's less homes to compete against. Now, I suspect this number is only going to get smaller and smaller as we go through January and February. We're going to have less and less homes for sale because that is not only what happens seasonally here in Denver as listings continue to go down until about April or March, and they start to kick back up. So I think we have about 6,200 homes for sale. I think I could hit 5,000 around January or February pretty easily. We sold, let's go to get my face out of here. Closed homes is next. Right here, we closed I'm gonna make my face stay. We closed 18% less homes. We have less buyers in the market. Same thing, seasonality is going on. A lot of home buyers don't want to be shopping during the holiday season. And on top of that, the rising interest rate situation has pushed a lot of buyers out of the market. So we're selling less homes and less homes are coming to market. The average closed price, despite, there being less buyers in the market, our closed price was barely affected. 0.20%. A big reason for why we're not seeing more housing prices come down is that agents and sellers alike have finally caught on that the market has slowed down and we can't get these same aggressive prices with that premium price tag that we were getting just a few months ago. For example, at the peak of the market, we had 30,000 showings here in Denver in 1 week. 1 week, 30,000 showings. Right now, we're averaging about 7,000 to 10,000 showings. Still a very healthy amount of showings, but just not the same amount that's going to get a very premium price tag the homes we're getting. And then last but not least here, the average days in the MLS, how long it takes a home to sell, went up to 34. Once again, less buyers means it takes longer for homes to sell. So for sellers, don't freak out if your home doesn't sell in the first week or two or even 3. I guess 21 days. It's taken about on average 34 days to sell. I'm seeing a lot of homeowners freak out and drop their price after a week or two, and you most likely don't need to do that. And by the way, you should have a price reduction backup plan based on how many showings you want to get the first few weeks you're on the market and on what day you drop your price and by how much and why. So if you don't have that plan in place when listing your property, you want to have that in place. I'm happy to help you guys out with that. If you want to talk more about that, my contact information is in the description. Okay, cool. So overall, what the number of these stories tell is that the Denver housing market is doing what the Denver housing market does every single winter season, and that's just slowed down, and that slowdown is being exaggerated by the uniqueness of 2020, 2021, 2022, when COVID hit and we had the crazy housing market situation we were in, and now we're coming off of that. So if you compare us to those very abnormal years, yes, it looks like a major slowdown. But if you compare it to our last normal years of 2018 and 19, we are actually about 10 to 15% busier than we were in those years. Don't quote, I would say 5 to 15%. It's a wide range, but overall, I'm saying we are busier than we were in 2018 and 19, and nobody was worried about a housing crisis back then. Okay, cool. So I hope that makes sense. Let's go ahead and jump into 3 things to know for buyers and 3 things to know for sellers. So 3 things to know for buyers. Number one, I do genuinely believe now, December 2022, through February of 2023 is the best time to buy for buyers, because around April or May, it's going to get competitive. We're going to see multiple offer situations, most likely, just my opinion and prediction, but once again, based on historical data, and then housing prices are going to kick back up. So I think now through around February is a great time for buyers. It's the most negotiating power you're going to have until, fall of next year. Number two, 54% of homes in Denver are having to reduce their price to go into contract. So do not be afraid to ask for a price reduction. Number three, for buyers, do not get into a monthly payment you're uncomfortable with, hoping you can refinance later. Yes, I do believe interest rates are going to be fluctuating, but trending downwards for quite a bit, landing around the mid-5s. That does not mean you should get into a monthly payment you're uncomfortable with today, hoping to refinance sooner than later, because we have no idea what's actually going to happen, and you don't want to get into a sticky situation with a monthly payment you can't afford for the long term. So no matter what, get into a payment you're comfortable with. If you can refinance sooner rather than later, that's icing on the cake. Let's move on to sellers. 3 things to know for you guys. Number 1, when analyzing comps, comparable homes, to help you price your home, knock about 10% off of the comp sales price if it's sold. I would honestly say anytime September or earlier, just to be extra careful with your pricing. If your realtor isn't doing this already, they definitely should be. We do not have the same premium price tag being paid for homes that we did back then. So knock off about 10%. Once again, we were getting 30,000 showings a week back then. Now we're getting about 7 to 10. Still a healthy market, but just not as crazy as it was. Number 2, preparation is so ridiculously key. The days of just being able to throw your home up on the MLS are over. In fact, I never thought you should do that to begin with, but you gotta be willing and ready to put in some work to prepare your home for the market with deep cleaning, staging, all of that good stuff, repainting if you need it, to make it as presentable as possible. The more work you can do on the front end, the easier time you're gonna have selling once your home is on the market. Number 3, if all is equal and you can wait to sell until the spring market of 2023, I do recommend doing that, because historically that is the best time to sell. Best meaning the best time to get the most amount of money for your home, and for the quickest sale possible. Of course, each home sale is unique, but overall the data shows that the highest sales price and quickest closes and sales are happening around between the April and July market here in Denver. Well, guys, that is December 2022 housing market update. Once again, my name is Torrey Drake. I'm a local Denver realtor. I love making these videos. I love Denver, I love Colorado, and I'd love to help you with any real estate needs if you have any. My contact information is in the YouTube description. Check me out on Instagram and TikTok as well. I post on there every single day. And of course, if you like the content, please hit that like and subscribe button. It means a lot, guys. Thank you so much. Let's have great days. I'll see you next time. Bye.